In the middle of a long-winded sermon, it's hard to talk with this on your nose, a small child was overheard asking his mother in a whisper that we heard a few first. Sorry, let me try this again. In the middle of a long-winded sermon, a little boy leaned over to his mother in a whisper and he said, "Mommy, are you sure this is the only way we can get to heaven?" These are these little red noses. I don't know if you've seen those. I happened to stop at Walgreens the other day, and if you donate $2 to help end children's poverty, you can get a red nose. So they come in all. Mine has a mustache. It's kind of fun. We're celebrating Holy Humor Sunday, not just because it's fun to laugh, but it's actually a tradition that took place in the early church. It was observed as a day by the faithful about joy and laughter. There were parties and there were shenanigans. They used this word, shenanigans, to celebrate Jesus' resurrection. It's also called Bright Sunday. And it came from the idea of some early church theologians that God played a joke on the devil by raising Jesus from the dead. Easter is God's supreme joke played on death, and they use the word risus paschalis, the Easter laugh. So on this Sunday after Easter, parishioners and pastors played practical jokes on each other, and they drenched each other with water, they sang, and they danced. Well, we're singing, we're dancing a little, we're laughing, we're not getting wet. So, this humor of God comes from the Bible, even though the Bible is a very serious book, but it's also a reflection of human life. It talks about the sorrows, the challenges that we face, and the joys that come with living. There's happiness and laughter that comes from the life of knowing and serving God. Paul in 1 Corinthians said that we are fools for Christ. And he also said, God's foolishness is wiser than human wisdom, and God's weakness is greater and stronger than human strength. And remember when God told that old couple that they would indeed actually have their own child? Abram was astounded, but Sarah laughed. Sometimes the life of faith is absurd. Just look at poor Thomas. I wonder if Thomas didn't think his friends were playing a joke on him. I think of him as the serious one. He always had everything spelled out for him. He's the guy that they always had to explain the joke to. So the thing is, when we think about Jesus coming through that door, breathing on his disciples the Holy Spirit, Jesus didn't spend much time that Easter day making a case for believing, even though he did say later to Thomas, blessed are those who believe who have not seen. But instead, Jesus came to the disciples, helping them be able to rejoice. Because they knew then that Jesus would always be with them. Breathing that Holy Spirit on them, he invites us to extend that same peace that he spoke to his disciples. He turns the world upside down, and for that we can laugh and rejoice. Jesus speaks to those who would condemn about casting the first stone. His story of the forgiving Father resonates in every time and place. He uttered words of forgiveness even as he hung dying on the cross. God's joke on the world is that Jesus came to heal that which is broken, to lift us when we are low, to take our burdens, to show us death does not have the last word, and to give us joy. We celebrate Jesus' resurrection. It's refreshing after walking the parched lands of Lent. So let us just give thanks, relax, sit back, and enjoy the blessing of God's peace and love among us and with our community.